All right, folks, welcome, 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 Facebook family. What is going on? It's your boy, Big Dre, coming at you tonight with a conversation that I've been excited about, that I cannot wait to share with you. As you know, I was even on live earlier today talking about this. I've probably been in your inbox if you're one of my friends, letting you know that this event is taking place tonight because of the power of what's going to be taking place. So, you know, we've been in this Forex space for a while. And, you know, our goal has always been to sort of impact people's lives. And that's why we keep coming at you, because it's one of those things where when you know, and you know that there's people that don't know. And no matter, you know what I'm saying, Shannon? So like, you want to make sure, like, you keep coming, like, you know, hey, listen, I'm sharing this with you because I know what's about to happen. I know what's going down, you know, in the marketplace. I know all the things that are about to happen going on, you know, with inflation. And I know how this type of stuff can impact you. I know what this community is about. I know what it's done for my life. So when we keep hitting you up, or at least when I keep hitting you up, it's coming to you out of love. It's not coming to you from a position of network marketing, right? And that's one of the beautiful things that I love about what we're doing, is that I don't need Shannon, to recruit any individual person in order to make money, right? I'm going to make money as a trader because I've taken the time to go into the academy, because I've taken the time to learn the skill set. I can make money there that allows me to be a full-time dad. In fact, I post a lot about residual Fridays and stuff like that, but if I was just living off residuals, I would have to work a full-time job, right? And so, so that's why, folks, I went so hard. So if you're on my timeline in particular, and you got a message from me in the inbox, I went hard because I know what this skill can do. And I know who we had as a guest tonight for this conversation. And I know this brother, when I first got started, I remember anytime that we would be doing something, anytime there was the idea of a strategy, anytime there was something out there, he would hit the inbox and be like, hey, listen, can I get into this? Can I learn this? Can I do this? And he was already a way better trader than me, even at that point, but his thirst for knowledge was huge. And then all of a sudden, you just see the glow up, you see the come up on the trading. All of a sudden, Legacy Worldwide puts together a trading team that's going to be part of the Vibrata platform. Now, you guys don't know what that means, so I'm going to take the time to share it with you before I introduce you really and let Shannon come on, because he's not going to brag on himself. So I'm going to go ahead and just do that for you. So our Vibrata platform is one of the softwares that we have through our company that allows educators to be on there that have their own strategies, and allows other people that are qualified to come onto this platform and be able to offer up trade ideas through the platform that can be consumed by the entire educational community. Now, let me explain to you what that means. We have 300,000 students in our academy, roughly. And so obviously the academy, Randy and Wanda Webb, the people associated with our leadership team, are not going to do anything that's going to jeopardize the credibility of what our academy is, right? They've put too much time, energy, effort, money into producing this. So for them to come and handpick out Shannon Stewart and say, this gentleman right here has learned so much through the academy that he's now qualified to offer trade ideas to new, upcoming, existing students, etc., within the academy, throughout the global academy, is a big deal. And so that's why I'm so excited, because the last couple months, you've seen me really hard pushing on the networking side, looking to bring more people to the academy because I know the value. But I want you to understand that every one of us in the academy, even those of us who are building the business side, understand the importance of trading. And so this conversation is super powerful. So let me let them know what that means. So what Shannon does is he goes in and he looks at a trade that he himself would take for his family, okay? And then he takes that trade and he offers that trade for consumption of our entire community. Now, I want you to understand, I want you to think about the incredible responsibility that comes with that. knowing that when you put a trade idea out there, that people are going to consume it, people are going to take their own money and they're going to put their own money out, right? I have done this on a small scale for a smaller community. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that because you don't want to see people lose. You only want to see people win, not just in money, but in life. And so to be able to have this responsibility, continually do this day in and day out and help people win is such a blessing and such a big deal. That's why we know not only is he going to be continue on and as a trader successfully, but we know he's going chairman in this company because his heart to serve is so big. Little Rock, Arkansas on the map, doing their thing. So listen, I couldn't be prouder. What I like to do is just introduce you to none other than Shannon Stewart. Shannon, listen, man, if you could just give them a little bit of your backstory. I've let them know that you're a big deal. They know that now, right? Okay.
Okay.
Even if you don't want to consider it a big deal, you're a big deal, right? So what we got, they know that now. But could you kind of maybe give them a little bit of your backstory? Where did you come from? What were you doing when you saw this? Like, you know, because I think some people think that you have to be really great in math, that you have to have some kind of background in the markets, that like they don't believe that like an everyday people can come into this space and actually learn this skill. So if you don't mind.
Oh man, it was something that was totally brand new to me. I had no experience in the Forex market or the cryptocurrency markets whatsoever. You know, it was just the fact that a person that I trusted brought it to me, and I saw it as an opportunity as a better place for me and my family. So I jumped on it without knowing anything, no previous knowledge or experience with it whatsoever. But my background is, you know, I'm born and raised here in Little Rock, Arkansas. I work for Coca-Cola. So I work long, hard hours. My day starts at about 3 in the morning. And I typically work about 10 to 12 hours on an average. Some days, especially during peak season, that can go as high as 14 hours. And I'm a single father, so you know, after working those long, hard days, I still have to come home and perform daddy duties when my children are with me. So, you know, that was a lot of time consumption. So, you know, that was something else that kind of I was worried about when I first saw this, was the fact that I didn't have a lot of time. And that's what I love about the Academy, is that, I mean, it fits any schedule. It's for any and everybody. So I was able to still jump into the Academy and, you know, learn and take in everything that it had to offer. And I took it serious. You know, I took it serious. So I used my free time. You know, I gave up my Law and Order. I gave up, you know, those frivolous things that didn't mean anything and wasn't income producing, and devoted my time into, you know, diving into the Academy and expanding my knowledge. And what I love about it is the fact that not only is it fitting everybody's schedule, it's the fact it's simplified. You know, it's very simplified. It's easy to understand. It's not anything that's long and drawn out to where, you know, your attention is not captured into it and you lose your attention in it. So that was able for me, that allowed it for me to be able to, you know, take it all in and start to expand my knowledge in the trading force.
That's awesome, man. So listen, you mentioned that, so we have that in common, right? Single dad, right? And you know, I used to work before this. I owned my own company. I would lecture at colleges and universities. Whenever I didn't do that, the last physical job I had was several years ago. I worked actually for like a subdivision of Boeing, putting together wiring harnesses for commercial and military aircraft, right? And basically, I was never scared to fly until I worked there, because then when I saw like what people were doing when they were putting together the wiring that's going to keep the plane in the air, I was like, whoa, wait a second, this is crazy, right? But you know, I remember being out there working hard, driving Uber, doing different type of stuff, you know, in order to make things work. And just coming into this space and learning this skill set was a game changer for me. Now, for me, it took me some time to really start to understand it, because I made the mistake, bro, where I only partially got in the Academy. Mm-hmm. So I partially got in the Academy, and then I saw something that worked, and then I would consume that for like 3 or 4 months, like just working on that instead of adding layers in and, you know, whatever, like I'm just doing that, right? And then when that wasn't working because I needed more information, then I would slowly trickle back to the Academy. So let me ask you something. How long, you said you took it serious, how long did it take you from really just being a novice before you could kind of go into the market and make a trade or two?
It took me, because of the degree of seriousness that I did take with it, it took me roughly about 8 months. It takes a trade. If when you really want to learn how to trade and want to be serious with this, you want to, go into it with the assumption that it's going to take you a year or so to be comfortable with it. But, I kind of fast forwarded a little bit. And, about 8 months, I felt really secure with my trading skills and started diving into the market on my own.
Now, is there a particular kind of style that you follow? Could you break down for people, because a lot of people don't know, it's like scalpers, intraday, swing traders, people that trade price action, without giving, without giving an academy lecture course,
right.
For the average day person, how much time do you spend trading and that type of stuff?
Well, I spend roughly about maybe an hour two at the most, analyzing the market at the beginning of the week, and to let me know how to set up my trades for the week. I'm an intraday trader slash scalper. What that means is I'm in the market for my trades typically last a few hours, and on the intraday side, and if I'm scalping, I'm a swing trade, as we call it, as a swing trader. Those trades could take probably a few days up to a week or so. But I usually spend about an hour or two, maybe twice a week at the most, doing that, analyzing the market. I do it maybe on Sunday and Monday, and then maybe in the middle of the week as far as Wednesday, once the market kind of warms up and everything, and we see which direction we're going to go. But it's just not very time consuming. Once you know what you're doing and you got a feel of it. I mean, we're not in front of that chart all day, every day, especially with the style that I do. I like that a little bit better because you mentioned scalpers. A scalper, you have more of an instant gratification fulfillment there, because the trades typically are within minutes, up to an hour or two, max. But you kind of have to be a little bit more, pay a little bit more attention to your charts, more so than a person that's more of an intraday trader. So I typically I like that. That's what fit my schedule, especially with my work, as much as I work. So I stuck with that, and I've come to like that a lot better.
Awesome. So as a single parent, let's say single parent, because there's single moms out there that are listening to us too. But I think a lot of times why I like to mention single dads is because I think maybe it's just because I am one. Sometimes we get the short end of the stick there, right? Like there's always a lot of focus on single moms and so forth. But as a single parent, you find that even with your work responsibilities, you're able to carve in some time to do this, and it's not taken away from your children. Like for me, because I've learned how to do this, it's added so much time that I get to spend with my daughter now, right? But I think some people are just concerned, like, hey, listen, I'm out here, I'm really grinding, I'm really working. Like, like in our space, sometimes there's a lot of excuses, but sometimes people have real challenges, like legit word up, it's a legit challenge, and they still might want to take on something else. So you find that you've been able to work that out?
Yes, and I'm gonna approach that in two different ways. Again, like we said, you can take this at your own pace, and or you can take it serious and dive into it like I did. So if you dive into it the way that I did, yes, there is going to be a little bit of sacrifice in the beginning, because you are concentrating on learning the skill set and getting to a point to where you are a successful trader on your own. So I sacrificed a little bit. It wasn't much, because the way the academy is set up, I was able to do a lot of my studying and learning, maybe when the children are in bed or on a lunch break or something like that. So like I say, the way that it fits into any type of schedule, it really didn't impact the way that I connected with my children and the time spent with them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm going to do some more diving into this because I want to, but I want to summarize this right where we're at right now. How long have you been in the academy? How long have you been trading Forex?
I've been in about 2 years now.
About 2 years. And with the time commitment that you've had, with maybe the mistakes that you might have made in the market, the wins that you've had in the market, and now 2 years of analysis, being on the major platform with the company, would you say, in all honesty, just tell the people, was that decision to start trading worth it?
Man, it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, to be quite honest. If I rewind about 2 years ago, uh, I wasn't in a space to where I was hurting, so to speak, but I was limited. I'll say I was limited because there was only so much that I was going to be able to do with the paycheck that I had. So I wasn't able to allow my mind to expand on different types of goals because I was going to be limited with my income, especially, being a single father and there was only one income coming into the household. But upon taking on trading, I mean, it's truly a blessing. I mean, to say the least. I mean, it's like even from the smallest thing, maybe a bill that comes up or something like that, I can just get in the market and cover it, without even having to dip and dive into savings. Or if there's a bigger long-term goal, I'm able to make money, make profits from the market and put that to the side and let it build up toward those goals and be able to accomplish bigger goals that I wanted to do that I wasn't able to do before. So it's saying it's a blessing and a good decision is an understatement. I mean, my financial future looks totally different from the way it did 2 years ago when right before I began. So, I mean, I thank the person that brought it to my attention. I thank the leaders and the mentors that I'm blessed with. And I mean, it's just like I say, my future and my family's future has been changed completely because of this.
So, quick question in terms of the kids. I have mine's 5 and I have a 25-year-old, right? But have your kids taken any interest? Have you shared any of this information with them, just in terms of, like, my daughter, she loves it, but the reason I say that is because I know for me, one of the ideas when I came into this space, I was looking for something specifically because I had health challenges and I was scared that I wasn't going to be here, right? And I wanted to be able to do 2 things: create residual income, but I also wanted to have a skill that if something happened to me, my kids and my wife and at the time and all of them could continue on and continue to make money and we wouldn't be impacted. And so my daughter's kind of grown up in this in the last 2 years, like she started at 3 and now she doesn't know what it all means, but she's not uncomfortable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when she's looking at the chart, she knows that when lines cross, money's supposed to happen. And when, stuff like that, right? Have you found that this is a blessing to be able to work with your kids at all? Or, because everybody's different. Some people, like my son, he's into it, but not really. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's different for everybody.
I got a sophomore in college. She's trading, and she's actually able to trade on her own. So that helps with that allowance and that extra money. She had hit a level of residual income as well in the company, so that was a big plus. The child up under her, my 14-year-old, she's not as interested. I'll say it that way. But I can tell that she's kind of paying attention now. My little princess, oh, she's all into it. I mean, she's, Daddy, do we need it to go up? Daddy, do we need it to go down? And like I say, it's gonna be something that's gonna be passed on and gonna stick around because it's a skill set that we'll have forever. And you hit on the fact of some health problems. I mean, I need to go back and mention, Forex was there for me in 2 major down points of my life. Dealing with the loss of my mother. She was sick for a while before she passed, and I had to spend a lot of time with her. It took a lot of time away from work. That was one time period where I wasn't working when I was having to spend some time with her. And trading took up for that. It made up for the time that I missed from work, and was really a blessing then. And then I had my own personal health issue where I had to have a major surgery, and I was off work for 3 months. And the thing about that is, my FMLA I actually did not get my first FMLA check until after I returned to work 3 months later.
Oh, wow.
So I was not getting any income from my job the whole entire 3 months that I was off work. But because of Forex and my trading, I didn't miss a beat. I was able to cover all my bills. I was able to, eat what we ate. We were able to still go where we wanted to go. We did not miss a beat. We were able to do life as, you know, as if nothing had happened. So without that, I don't know where I would be. So it's been more than a blessing in that aspect to me as well, as to my family as well, because, you know, I had to still provide for my children. I still had to, you know, take care of the responsibilities that I had with them, along with the bills in the household and all that. So the Forex space allowed me to be able to handle and take care of everything that I needed to take care of, along with the fact that now that my children are learning this skill set, is something that they will have, and when they get grown, that they can rely on if tough times come, or, you know, health issues or anything like that come along in their lives in the future. There will be something that they can fall back on as well.
Man, that's freaking amazing. You know, I learned a long time ago from my greatest mentor in life is a man by the name of Errol Webley, a man from Jamaica. And he told me, Andre, the most important thing you can do is dig the well before you're thirsty. And I didn't always get that at first, right? But I think a lot of people, you know, when 2020 came around, a lot of people felt like they were doing well, you know?
Right,
Right. And then out of nowhere, life hit us all, right? And for those of us who dug the well before before we were thirsty, I mean, I'm having a hard time in some regards, right? Because I'm 100% empathetic to realizing that there's a lot of struggle going on right now. But coming off one of the worst years of my life where I got a divorce, right now, this is like one of the best years of my life, and everybody around us is hurting. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
and it's hard sometimes to. But I dug the well before I'm thirsty, I guess is what it got down to. And it sounds like you did the same thing. I mean, folks, first of all, did y'all hear what he said? The man didn't lose his job, but was out of work for 3 months. The FMLA didn't kick in, and trading was able to take care of and fill that gap. Look, he didn't come on here and say I'm a multi-millionaire. He didn't come on here and say I'm flying jets. He said, look, I was able to replace what I had because I learned a skill set that I could deploy when I needed it. Man, that's powerful, bro. That's really powerful. And you know what's crazy is you mentioned your mom passed away. My mom passed away in 2000 Christmas Eve, 2008, right? But we knew it was coming. She was terminal with cancer. So I had a year and a half or so, 2 years to really serve her, take care of her. I like to say I paid her back for everything that she did for me, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, because I gave her so much time. But the one thing, man, the reason why, and I haven't really shared this before, but your story really resonated with me. The reason why I go so hard doing the building side, even though it's taken me longer than I would want to hit a rank like chairman, right? But I will never stop, because I remember, you know, the last conversation I had with my mom before she slipped into that coma, and, you know, for those 2 or 3 days before she passed away, what she told me, she said, I need you to go diamond. And that was the company that we used to be a part of together, me and my mom. She said, I need you to go diamond because I know what's coming, and you're going to have to take care of your sister, you know, everybody, right, in the family. And I'll never stop. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a promise to her in that moment. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm right there with you.
So it's I'm about to tear up on it right now, bro. But anyway, man. So listen, so you mentioned, so you've been on, I think you mentioned that you've been, you know, you follow our educators still, even though you're on the platform. You mentioned that you follow Stevenson Lindor and some of the other guys. Who is your favorite educators with the platform? And maybe you could explain to them how the platform works for people that have no idea where if they wanted to come learn, you know, besides the videos that they get access to, maybe the go live and the teachers and how that education process works for them.
Man, hands down, Christopher Terry has put together a phenomenal structure with the education and the educators that we have. It's like we have like a dream team. Like, you know, we have a Millie Mills, a Maddie Pips, a Stevenson Lindor, a Dr. K. You know, that's like having, and, you know, not necessarily in that order. That's like having your Jordan, your Magic Johnson, your Bird, you know, and your Scottie Pippen. You know, it's a blessing that even though I am a successful trader and I can get into the market and trade on my own, the more eyes that you have on the market, the better. You know, it's just like when when they were playing the game, you know, Jordan might be having a bad game, or they might be double teaming him. And what's he able to do? He's able to dish the ball off to Scottie Pippen or Magic or Bird or something, and they're still able to score. So I might be having, let's just say, I might not be seeing things clearly in the market. You know, I can hop on a session with Dr. K and I can still be profitable. Let's say my power goes off because, you know, there's a power outage in my neighborhood and I can't even get on the internet. I can get on my phone on a Go Live session and still get on with Matty Pips and be profitable. You know, let's just say I'm sick or I'm not mentally in the space to where I need to be trading, because sometimes, you know, you might not have the mental capacity to be in trading. You might have something going on in your life, or, you know, you might be sad, or, you know, sometimes it's just not a good time to trade on your own. Well, you can dish the ball off to, you know, Stevenson Lindor and get his outlook on the market. So you'll see things clearly and allow you to be profitable in the market as well. So like I say, it's like we have a dream team, and, you know what I'm saying, here we have the, you know, the top traders in the world on our circuit, and they pour into us, you know, and allow us to be profitable with them. So, you know, just like I share my trade ideas with the world, and our educators are doing the same thing. So why would I not, you know, take their knowledge and take the things that they're sharing with me and utilize that? You know, I would be almost dumb. But, you know, so like I say, just because a person is trading on their own, you know, there's nothing like an extra set of eyes. There's nothing like, you know, getting another look, or, you know, and, you know, I look at it again, it's free money. You know,
you know what? It's crazy. My man Jiz, part of my team, he says that all the time, like in the group, in our Telegram group, and he's talking. He's like, yeah, the more eyes we can have on the market, the more we can see and spot different things. Or, you know, there's some people who specialize in a currency pair or something like that. Like if you have a couple people, you can all of a sudden have a couple different trade ideas, a couple different conversations. So he talks about that all the time. So listen, what I want to do real quick, because I know you said you had about 30 minutes. I don't want to hold you too long here, is when I first reached out to you, right, and we kind of touched on it just a little bit. I said, hey, bro, I see you've been doing HFX now. And I was trying to secretly get one of the traders, right, to come and talk privately to my group. And you said the most amazing thing to me, which you kind of touched on there, but I love for people to kind of do a little deeper into that. And that was that you said, hey, man, I don't really, I trade HFX, but I don't really know all the strategy. I don't do all that type of stuff. I allow the educators in HFX to make me money. And I was like, bro, that's the best story I've heard ever in the academy, right? Someone who's on the platform, who makes use of the platform, who calls trades for other people on the platform, was like, that's not my area of expertise, but they still gonna make me some money. And the reason why I say that is because I've been working with my group, right? Like the thing I keep trying to tell them, and even in the messages that I put out here on Facebook, is you can earn while you learn, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so yes, you want to learn the strategy. Yes, you want to be an independent trader. But if you will listen to me, who I went and I said, I'm going to be so independent. I'm going to, like, do you know how big my account would be if I would have just taken trades and never did anything else and just traded demo for 18 months? You know what I'm saying? Like, and just let them just let Dr. K make me money, and just let, right? And so I'm trying to get people to understand that. And when you said that, I was like, bro, oh my God, I'm fired up. I was so excited. So talk a little bit about that. And first of all, what do you think about HFX? Because I know I saw you put it as a 4X on steroids once before. So what do you think of HFX? And talk a little bit about that process, how you're comfortable in one trading style, but you're allowing people to make you money in another while you're learning it.
Man, I love HFX. What it does is it fills that need for instant gratification, because of the fact that HFX trading is based on time versus price action. You know, with traditional Forex trading, you know, I can analyze the charts and I can break it down to the T. I might have it perfectly, but I still have to wait on price action to get to the point to where I said I was content and want to take profit. You know, and depending on the market and how things are going, that may take longer than expected. You know, it might take shorter, you know, because of news and different things that go on in the world and the economy. So HFX fills that void. I mean, you literally, it's based upon time. You can set trades as short as 1 minute. You know, you can set them for a few minutes. The thing about HFX is you know exactly, you know, what you're risking because you can input the amount that you want to trade. The broker has it set up to where it calculates the exact amount that you will profit if your trade is successful. So you know exactly what your profits will be, and you know exactly how long you will be in that trade. And that's the joy and the beauty of it, because it fills a void of instant gratification. And also it keeps you out of the market. You can just dedicate, let's just say I want to get in trade for 15 minutes before work. You know, you can get in, you know, a few 3-minute trades or a few 5-minute trades and be in and out of the market in 15 minutes right before you go to work, you know, in most cases. So, you know, it's not something that's very time consuming. It gets you in and out of the market and you can go on with your daily life, you know. And what I like about it, for me, the way that I use it, you know, we have our educators that have mastered that technique. So I haven't had the opportunity myself personally to sit down and, you know, learn the strategy. But since we have our Go Live sessions and our educators, you know, they bless us with their trades. I just hop on one of, you know, like Millie Mills. I hop on her session, and now she's 4 days a week. That's just, oh man, that's icing on the cake. Between her and Maddie Pips, that's all I need. I have my traditional Forex, and I'm gonna learn HFX because it intrigues me. But in the meantime, I just hop on Go Live sessions, and I just let the HFX account build. Well, I let them build my HFX account by taking the trades that they share on their Go Live sessions. And, you know, they're master educators, they're master, you know, seven and 8 figure traders. So, I mean, what better hands do you have than to have your trades and you're, you know, going in with a 7 and 8 figure earn? So I'm very comfortable with doing that until I learn it on my own. And, you know, once I do, you know, I still will take their trades. I mean, I take any educators that I follow, I have full confidence in them. And I take all of any trade that I can, you know, that they have out there. So, you know, it's just icing on the cake. You know, you're gonna, like we say, we earn while we learn. You know, and that was one of the things in the beginning that kept me going, because, you know, until I knew how to trade, you know, I would just hop on with Dr. K in the mornings before work and get my couple of 10 pips and dip and go on off to work. You know, so it's something that's phenomenal the way it's set up, and it really allows people to get this skill set and learn this skill set, but still be profitable, you know, with the aid of master educators and traders while they're on their learning journey to start their trading journey.
So someone who trades, as we wrap up, let me ask you, I want two last things. But the first one is this: you mentioned that you're letting them build your account. So I stress it all the time. It's one of the things that once I discovered it was a game changer for me, and that's really compounding, right?
Yes, sir.
Is compounding real? Like, you know, like the people, like I mean, be real, like, you know, because here's the thing. I think there's a misnomer. Could you come into Forex with $20 or $40 like Dr. Kathy did and grow it to you absolutely can. Absolutely. Is it likely that you're going to do that off your first $40 account? Probably not, right? For most people, right? Probably not. Probably they'll need a little more, or there'll be some more of a learning curve. You know, some people don't even know that they're talented at something until they have put their hand to it and apply it, right?
Right.
But so for realistically, you know, because especially with like our HFX brokers, most of them require anywhere between $250 to a $500, you know, deposit that the brokers choose. We have nothing to do with the brokers. That's them that make that determination. But compounding. Tell people, like, it is the 8th wonder of the world. Like Einstein hit it on the head, right? Like it's amazing what can happen, because, you know why, Shannon? I think people grossly overestimate what they can do in a short period of time, and they dramatically and grossly underestimate what they can do over a long period of time. Right. And I think if people came in, you know, you mentioned that they need 8 months to a year. I think people came in and they understood, if I take a couple trades a day from the educators while I'm learning, where could I be a year from now? It would keep a lot more people engaged rather than doing the up and down roller coaster, because they're trying to get that instant gratification. So could you talk to them a little bit about compounding?
Oh man, it is the 8th wonder of the world. And to put it simple for the listeners, let's just say you took a trade and you wagered $10, $10 trade, and your profit was $17 because your winnings were $7. It pays 70%. So your profit is $17. Compounding would mean that instead of just maybe wagering that $10 this next go round, you would increase that amount. You might want to wager 12 or 15, maybe even the whole 17. But what's going to happen is, since you're getting a percentage of what you wagered, your profits are going to increase as you steadily increase your balance, because you're wagering more. So over time, even if it's a slow process, even if it's just dollars increasing per trade, that percentage is steady adding up. We've seen that scenario where if you compound $1, how long would it take to get to a million? You steadily double that money. Compounding is amazing, and it doesn't take a lot. It's like a snowball effect. Once it gets going, it's amazing. It's an understatement, really.
It's amazing. Amazing. So last thing, man, when you first came in to this, and I appreciate your time on this, but when you first came in, were you looking to actively build right away? Because I know, you've hit a significant rank in the company. I'm anxious to get there myself. I can't wait to that day. But I know both of us we have bigger goals that we're looking to do there. And I know that you're in the process of accomplishing that now. You've got a fantastic team of people that you've been able to sort of find through this process. When you first came on board, were you looking to build right away? Were you looking to just trade? And what's the sort of the symbiotic relationship of all of that for you, and how has that worked for you?
When I first came in, no, I wasn't. Knowing what I know now, I should have. Two things. The first thing was I had the misconception that I needed to learn how to trade before I show others, which is the biggest misconception with this, because, we're not the academy. We're not the master educators coming in. Just like we're learning from the master educators, you're introducing and sharing this with somebody that's going to learn it from the master educators. They're not going to learn it from you. And we are subconsciously putting ourselves in the position of the master educators, instead of letting them and the academy do what they're designed to do. But yes, I came in just wanting to be a trader at first because, one, yes, I knew I was going to want to go after the residual income, but I felt that I had to learn it first. And two, it intrigued me. It really did. It intrigued me learning to trade. And I had just left a previous company of network marketing. And I like the fact that we have a product that you can just use the product and be profitable and not have to do the network marketing. And that's what made it so beautiful to me, was the fact that, okay, let's just say I might have been just super duper burnt out with the previous company. I need some time to wind down. I still can use the product that we have and be profitable, and then, once I was comfortable and once you're ready, you can start building. But now that I know, I should have came in and hit the ground running building, because residual income is a beauty.
It is, man. It is. So listen, man, I appreciate you taking the time and sharing your story with everybody. I think it's powerful, bro. I mean, listen, coming from not knowing anything about the markets, being put on the platform, continuing to learn and grow. I know that you're a fantastic leader for our whole Legacy Worldwide family. I know your team loves you to death. I know Arkansas is being put on the map by you and Sakina and all the rest of the Rodney, all this rest of the leaders out of that area. I'm excited, man, for where this thing is headed as we, not only close out 2020, but really move into some more positive things going on in life and the world going forward. And so I'll leave us with this, and I'll let you close us out. Where do you really see this thing going for you? Like, what is your sort of vision that you have, trading wise, building wise, and just kind of where do you see this thing going in the next, say, 24 months? And
To be honest with you,
and lastly, and what would you say to someone who was going to get started today?
but say that one more time, the last part.
Your vision of where you see it going, and what would you say to someone if they were starting today on their journey?
Oh man, hands down, you know, I Am Master Academy is a phenomenal company with Christopher Terry and his wife, Asha Delatorre, put together. It's going to impact families. It is, and it will continue to impact families all over the world, and allowing people to change and families to change their whole dynamic of their financial future. Me personally, I'm eager to become a seven-figure trader. I mean, that is a goal, and ultimately an 8-figure trader beyond. I do want to go through the ranks with this company because residual income is powerful. You know, it's something that, you know, your family can depend on. It's something that you can pass down. You know, I can pass down my skill set, but, you know, they might not learn it and be as profitable. But that residual income is something that, you know, that will come in like the mail, and your bills come on a consistent basis. And for my new people that are coming in, I just you know, want you to be open-minded. I want you to grasp this and have fun with it. You know, take it serious, but, you know, don't let it stress you out. Have fun with it, because trading is something that once you understand it, it's really fun. I mean, I love charting. I love being in the market, analyzing it. I love it. It allows you to interact with others. I have friends and family that are getting into it. I'm meeting, you know, amazing people continuously through the company. And the thing about it is, you're able to be a blessing to others. You don't know who out there is looking for this or who needs this and who actually is scared because they don't know about it. You know, you might need to be that one that they're close to show them that this is a way. You know, there are other ways, but this is a good way. You know, and at least, you know, share this blessing with others and allow people to, because, you know, times we as we see, times they can be tricky. And we need some things that are set up and in place that will allow us to be able to endure, you know, hard times and economic struggles and even health struggles, you know, in our futures and stuff, and something that we can fall back on and feel comfortable with, and, you know, that's dependable and reliable. So I tell y'all, I owe all my success and everything I have accomplished to I Am Master Academy with this Forex space and cryptocurrency space. And hands down, I mean, I can't do nothing but recommend it to any and all.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, as we close out, this is what I'm going to say to everybody. Listen, if you saw this and you saw it on my man Shannon's timeline, or one of the people in his organization shared this, listen, I need you to get back with those people. I know a couple people have already shared this, did some watch parties. I need you to get back with those people, because I know that he is an incredible servant leader for his team and his organization. I know he's going to help people get plugged in so that they can get profitable in the markets by learning through the academy. So I want you to make sure that you get back. If you saw this on my timeline, get back to me. Let's do something. Let's allow you to have the opportunity to get into this space and experience it for yourself. You know, our chairman 10, Nafis Khan, he always says, you know, one of the best blessings of this thing is it actually gives people a 7-day money back guarantee. So, you know, most people, I got to think about, how can you think about something that you've never experienced, that you've never tried? That's like, I got to think about the concert. Well, if you've never been to the concert, you don't know what the concert feels like. You don't know what the experience is like. You don't know if it's worth your money or not, right? And so what you want to do is you want to get involved, get enrolled with us, and be able to get into the academy, experience it, learn some of the stuff, see the culture, see the community, come on the mentorship calls. And if that's not enough value for you, then guess what? No harm, no foul, right? So we encourage you to get back to everybody, because what we want to do is what Randy Webb teaches us all the time is we know that we have some friends that need money, and all we want to do is connect them to our money friends.
Absolutely.
So that's it, man. I appreciate your time, bro. Thank you so much for doing this, man. This is one of the highlights of my year so far. I appreciate you, bro.
No problem. Thank you.